This is a lecture on the calculator out of section 5-3, the binomial distribution. I will be using TI-84 plus C Silver Edition, although TI-83 has similar buttons in a similar place. It is not as user-friendly, so I'll make notes for the TI-83 people. So the face of the TI-83 looks exactly the same as the TI-84, so all of the buttons are going to be in exactly the same place. We will start with example 5-17, where we found that P was 1 out of 5, the Q was 4 out of 5, the N was 10, and the X was 3. So we're talking about finding the probability that exactly 3 people have visited a doctor in the last month out of the selected 10 people. So in order for us to find the probability of exactly 3 using a binomial distribution, you need to locate the distribution button, which is second vars. So you're going to push second and then vars. What you're going to get is the list of the distribution that you're using. If you scroll down, because there's an arrow, you can see all of the ones that are programmed into your calculator. And what you will notice is your TI-83 has less of them than TI-84, but regardless, these are the ones that I'm seeing on my TI-84, and we will be using most of the distributions. The first one that we've happened to study is binomial. On my calculator, it's under A and B. The binomial PDF and binomial CDF. The difference between the P and a C is the binomial PDF will find the probability of exactly 3, and the binomial CDF actually adds things up for you. The C stands for cumulative. So notice in my next example, 5-20, we did want to add things up. So I have convenient button that happens to add a few things. So before I start adding, I am in 5-17, where I need to find the probability of exactly 3 successes in 10 trials. So I'm going to push the binomial PDF button. You can see the name of the distribution that you're using at the top of your screen. Now the TI-83 will not have this user-friendly menu, so you just hold on for a second. But the people with the TI-84, you have a very convenient, user-friendly menu where it's asking for trials. So you say that's your N, you have 10 trials. Then it's asking you for little p. The little p is the probability of success. This is why I made notes for the notation, because everybody calls it p. So the probability of success was 1 out of 5. It's not asking you for the probability of failure because it knows how to do 1 minus p. And then it's asking you for x. What is the number that you're actually interested in? I'm looking for exactly 3 out of 10 successes. Now if I push paste, it does it for me. Now if you have a TI-83 and you push binomial PDF, all it did is it brought you to this menu, and you can see binomial PDF with a parenthesis. So what the TI-83 is asking for is this. So you need to put it in a specific order. The first number that goes is N, so you type in 10. You need to find a comma. The comma is right here above the number 7. You put a comma, and then you put your little p, your probability of success. So you put 1 over 5, another comma, and then it's asking for x. So the TI-83 people have to remember the binomial PDF function is prompting n, comma, p, comma, x. Close the parenthesis and push enter. So there is your 0.2013 if you wanted 4 significant digits rather than 3. and you have that with just one button. Now, looking at 5-20, I need exactly 5 successes in 20 trials. So I'm going to go back into distributions, go down to binomial PDF. Instead of 10, I'll put 20. The probability of success was given to me at 0.05, and the value that they're looking for is 5. So paste. Again, the TID3 people, you're going to push binomial PDF. It opens parenthesis for you. Type in N, comma, P, comma, X. Push enter, and there is your 0.0022 if you wanted more significant digits. Now this is part A. Part B says at most 3 people. So I'm interested in adding exactly 0 plus exactly 1 plus exactly 2 plus exactly 3. So that's 4 times that I need to use the PDF button, or I can actually use that cumulative. Now the only trick with the cumulative binomial distribution is it will only add things to the left. So you cannot add 3 plus 4 plus 5 all the way to 20 like we need in part C. We always need to think of this as left. So part B of 520 is set up for you to use the CDF button. So I'm going to go into distribution, go all the way down to binomial CDF. My computer's a little slow, but it works. Number of trials, 20. The probability of success is 0.05. Now the X value that you want is the first one to add to the left. So if there's at most 3 people, I'll need 3, 2, 1, 0. So this is where I push the 3. It will pushing the 3 for the X value for the binomial CDF. It'll add the probability of exactly 3 and everything to the left of it. If you need clarifications on this, please see me in class. And you paste this. So for the TID3 people, it's going to look exactly the same. You push the binomial CDF button, but you have to remember the order. N, comma, P, comma, X. And what it does, it'll add up all of those 4 probabilities, and you will get that 0.984. If you want 3 significant digits, put a 1 after that if you want 4 significant digits. Now, as far as part C, at least 3 people, I want to be adding 3 and all the way through 20. The calculator will not do that. What it does, it can calculate the left part. Whatever is left to the left is 0, 1, and 2. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take 1 minus, and then I'm going to take my distribution. Again, go all the way down to binomial CDF. There's my binomial CDF. I have 20. Now I can't use a 2. I'm sorry, I can't use a 3. I need a 2 because I need to add up 0, 1, 2 and then subtract those from 1. You can see the picture that I drew in the notes. Look very, very careful at that picture, and I promise it'll make sense. So this is what we're doing. 1 minus the probability of everybody to the left of 3, 0, 1, and 2. Push enter, and there's your 0.0755 or 0.076. That's the 3 decimal places that we have in the book.